So I haven't done a video in a long time with the Flamewheel, but I've expanded it. I actually put a GPS on it. Also high definition fat shark. It does have failsafe, and I'm using the DX9. So I'm just going to go through. Just going to take some of these wires out just to show you some things. Okay, so that's for one of your communication ports. Right. So you're asking about the aux2, aux1. I'm not using aux1, so aux2. Of course, aux3 goes into here, but your aux2, your x2 is your aux2. So this one, okay. And sorry, your aux1 is being used, and that one goes to there's a rat's nest in there. aux1, is for your U, right? Okay. And once again, that's an AR 8000. AR 8000. And don't forget that forward that way. So don't forget, right, which way your NAS is pointing. And I believe this is the NAS light. So on the other thing that you can do, I don't know if you noticed, but I have these LED strips, and I have them wired into here. So when you turn it on, you know, everything fires up. Okay, so just to let you see the rat's nest I got going here. So on the other things that you want to know, like your throttle wire, try to trace it down there. It's basically straightforward, right? So your T is your throttle, your E is your elevator, your A is your aileron, right? And your rudder is your rudder, right? And then your U is your aux1, and your aux2 is your x2. And for these wires, these all go individually to the appropriate motor. These ones. And that should be in your manual. If it's not, I'd be a little bit worried. So if you want to see, okay, so this is your left front. And your left front goes to your M1, M2, Okay. And then the other one, okay, the rat's nest, your right front. Well, that's your M1. Okay. And then this one, which is your second one from the right. It's actually your M6. Sorry, no, that's M5. No, that's M6. M6, M5, M4. So, okay. M2, M1, M6, M5, remember that's the rear, M4, and guess what, M3. So you get all those, and don't forget this is the front. This is the front. And then everything, when you're hooking it up the wires, you know. So, like, throttle, aileron, elevator, rudder, gear. So in this setup, I'm not using gear. I'm not. I'm using rudder though. I'm using gear. I'm using aux 1, aux 2. So on aux 1 goes to U. Aux 2 goes to X2. And that's for the GPS. I believe. I hope it is. Anyways, I'll have a setup for you in a little bit. Okay, this is the setup for the DJI Flamewheel, and using a DX9. I know it's relatively new, so we're going to go into helicopter. I don't want to hit that right now because I already chose it. Model name, so named it. You can name it pretty much well anything you want. Swash type, normal, so it's right there, normal. Okay, F mode setup. Is basically this switch. So there's 3 modes. So normal, and you can pretty much configure, you know, anything that you want. And then switch 2 is your D, and then H, which is over here. And the reason why you want that is so you can actually start using some of the fail-safe stuff. So that, and that'll come into play. So you'll see. Just take your time. So one of the things that you might want to upload or update is your your language file for the DX9 so you can actually speak some of the stuff. So on that, and the channel assign, this is your channel assign for the setup that I just showed you. So your gear is gear, your aux is your pitch, aux 2 is your aux 2, aux 3, aux 4. Okay. Gear is B and D. And like I said, you'll learn that setup from, here we go, digital setup, right? So here's your settings for your flight mode. For the Flamewheel, we're in pitch. So from your main screen, you just go down to pitch curve. So on here, you want to program your pitch curves to.
Attitude
so
mode,
that's that
GPS
switch.
mode, attitude mode,
And as you can see, the switch, the little pointer here that's going to tell you
attitude
where
mode,
we're at.
GPS mode, attitude
So
mode, fail safe.
And 50.
Attitude mode.
So that's attitude mode. And for your GPS mode is 91. And we're not, I don't believe we're messing with 3 at all. But I left it at 50 anyway. And then your hold mode is going to be 30 right across. So if you notice how you do that, is sorry. So you change those values there, and that's basically going to change your position for your switch. Okay, so the other thing is programming your audio setup port for your switches. So it's in custom voice setup. So when I went for D, and how you do that is go into your switch. So D is up here, but if you pay attention,
Stunt 3, course lock mode, home lock mode,
even if
off.
I switched it over to this other one, it will switch. Maybe not.
Stunt 3, home lock mode, off.
That's how you switch it. Yeah.
Course lock mode,
So you can
home
switch that
lock
switch
mode,
over here,
off.
but just remember you have to change your assignment over. But
Stunt
just
3, home lock mode,
you want
course
it
lock
to
mode,
coincide with
off.
the same position. So and how you mess with that is
Home lock mode, off. Stunt 3, home lock mode, off. Stunt 3, home lock mode, off.
is over here. You can switch down. And there's so many other things that you can you know, switch it to. So that's off.
Stunt 3, course lock mode.
So if you notice, that's 3. Course lock. And that's the mid.
Home lock mode.
So that's the bottom there. And if you want to change your conditions, so even for your switch B, which is on your top.
Attitude mode, fail safe.
So that's how you switch those values. But remember, you have to update your language file. Or, yeah, I think it's a language file for the DX9. So when they came up with these new updates just recently, and they work great. That way you're not trying to guess like what switch, all of a sudden you're over here and there's nothing. I was like, what?
Stunt 3, GPS mode,
oh, okay.
attitude mode,
They
fail
coincide with the
safe.
switches that you actually assign it to. And that's pretty important to know. And the other thing is timer. So 6 minutes for what is that? 4400 milliamp battery, 4-cell. That's pretty good, but you can still mess with those values if you want. It's usually a countdown, you know, and you can lessen it or increase it, and it's throttle out, over, so you can go under, you know, whatever value you think that it's going to take off. But I usually put it at about 25, because usually by the time I'm trying to really take off the ground, it's there. You know, I'm starting to actually start getting into a hover, and the stick's, you know, about halfway, definitely past a quarter, but we're on our way up. And active. And the other neat thing that you can do is for every minute that you're down, you can even switch that to up, or and it's voice for the minute. Like, so if we get to 5:20, it'll go off. 30 seconds inhibited, 10 seconds. You know, you can change all those values if you want. And it's kind of good to actually put it on a tone for every minute. Then you just kind of, okay, alright, I'm pretty close. And expiration. And 10 seconds of voice. And different timer start, tone, reset tone. Just leave those. Okay, so we're in the NASA right now. So this is elevator, and that's back. So if we want to go left, left aileron means left, right goes right, okay, that's forward. So on left rudder, left stick, right rudder, right stick. So on the other thing is our
Course lock mode.
course lock. And so that's with the wiring setup that I just showed you.
Home lock mode. Course lock mode. Off.
And that's in the advanced. So,
Course lock mode.
and you want to make sure that those are
Home lock mode. Course lock mode.
in
Off.
there. So the other thing is your channel assign. And it's okay, you can go into a system setup. She ain't gonna take off on you. So your channel assign, aux 1 is pitch, 5 5 is gear. Gear is B. See, and if you notice, they have the letters on there and stuff. So B is the top. And that means that switch. So B. Okay. So on so your digital setup. Don't forget B. So B, and then so that's going to show you where that sits, and all you have to do for this is just make sure that these, you know, these values actually start moving, you know, from here to here to here. And that's for your course lock. Like, you can digitally assign that. So I've already assigned them. You know, I'm not changing any values. It's 100, 0, minus 100. And like I said, if you get a quirky one where you actually have to move it a little bit, then, you know, do so. Switch them around then.